Bam! Welcome to the spoiler movie review for Rise of the Planet of the Apes. There was Rise. Well, this is War. I'm sorry. War of the Planet of the Apes. And Armand Bell, once again, is #1 bouncing in here. Now, this is the spoiler review. Let me repeat. There is a movie review on this same page. This is the spoiler review. Well, I'm going to explain things that I did not explain in the previous video. And we're doing it live. We're going to do it live. Now, they had a triple feature. The Rise, Dawn, then War. Now, out of all three of these, Dawn is a classic. Classic film. This is very good. The introduction, this is how you do it. This third one, War, is deception. Deception. I wanted to go back and rewatch the film before I made a spoiler review. And the reason why is because I always want to watch something twice, so I could look at it with another set of eyes and see things I might have missed in the first one. Nothing really too much changed. Now I get to explain the things that I couldn't in the last review, because I don't want to tell you guys most of the secrets. Now that this is the spoiler review, we can do just that. I was giving people time to get in the chat room, and there's a few people here already. So, how did they do following up this classic? I think my score of this film is justified. This is a 2.5-star film. A lot of people gonna be 2.5. This movie's epic. This movie is great. This movie's outstanding. The movie is not. And let me explain to you why. Now, when this movie starts, the first 45 minutes to 1 hour is amazing. You're on course to have an outstanding film. This is War for the Planet of the Apes, but they're not at war with the apes, really. See, that's my whole problem with this movie is the second half. Okay, let me take that down. That's amazing. I really wanted to be on that. Wow. That's pretty crazy that I just saw something just pop up saying somebody's live that I really want to talk to. And I can't do it right now because we're doing this thing live. I'll just go back and find out what happened. But that's neither here nor there. Now, from the beginning of the film, Cesar saves the soldiers. He saves Woody Harrelson's team and spared the soldier's life and gave him a choice. And then they came back and kill his son. $5 Tuesdays are no more, and today is Friday. So, they kill Cesar's son and his wife, and he's got the little baby that's still left. Now, he's drunk for revenge. He's not there to save the apes. He's there to kill Woody Harrelson's character. Because Woody Harrelson's character kills his son and wife and all that stuff. And he's like, look, I didn't come there to kill them. I came to kill you. That's why I showed up there. So, he's on the manhunt looking for them. He tells his apes, go out into the wilderness. And the scene where they come in and they shoot him, and I'm like, oh man, this is good. Once they get to the concentration camp, it started to go left. The introduction in the Bad Ape was good. I like that. Bad Ape was funny. He was the other ape that talked just like Cesar, and the majority of the apes can't talk except for Cesar, and like the other guy, Maurice, his best friend, the orangutan, he could speak a few words. And then now Bad Ape was like, yo, there was some people before us, and then they start killing us, and they call me Bad Ape. So Bad Ape was there, and he just didn't want no part of the drama, but he thought there was a chance maybe his son is over there, so he went over there to help him anyway. Now, once they get to this concentration camp, they focus too much on like Nazism and making the apes slaves and like making them build a wall because they're trying to fight other humans. And I'm like, whoa, which humans are these? I'm so confused with the rest of this movie. It made no sense once it got there. None whatsoever. You got humans there's a disease that turns humans into apes. They regress into a caveman sort of mentality where they can't even speak. They bleeding out their nose. And they... Now, we only seen like maybe 2 or 3 of them because most of them were shot already. So they never show you them. But they're in the camp. They're all contained somewhere. And they was executing them. And this is why Woody Harrelson is so crazy, because his son died from this. You don't learn anything about his character to the end. So the apes are put in like a concentration camp, treated like slaves, whipped. Like, where did we see this before? It turns into 12 years a slave. They're whipping the ape, whipping Cesar because he's the leader. Like, why would you take him through the concentration camp and show him his son and everybody else all locked up? And they got him and he's the leader. You're just asking for an uprising. So you're thinking, okay, all right, they're going to plot, they're going to get out, and it's going to be an uprising. Yep, it was 12 years of ape. That's all it was. Ape need food and water. I need that wall built. Need food and water. Woody Harrelson is like AWOL, doing his own thing, got his own unit, and the last remaining humans on Earth who got a military force, they're coming to eliminate him. So that's what the whole purpose was. They wasn't coming to join him. They coming to fight him. Because they're like, look, you doing something we ain't told you to do. So we coming to wipe you out. We got a government. We don't need you anarchy in it. So it's humans versus humans. There's some other humans that's sick. What are the apes doing? The apes like, let's just get out of the way and let these humans kill themselves. Let's escape. So the whole movie is based on them trying to run away and escape. There is no war. The only war that breaks out is them fighting the other humans that's showing up to kill them, which makes zero sense whatsoever. What about the sick humans? That was the arc, the virus. Then Woody Harrelson character, who was the main guy, supposed to have been so smart and strategic and mad, he grabs a little doll that has blood on it that's contaminated and has the virus because this other little girl who they don't talk and everything else, she don't talk. She's got the ape virus too. And now she's got it in this doll and she just passed it on to Woody, who touches the doll with his bare hands. He gets the virus. And all of a sudden now he's turning into an ape and then he shoots himself in the head. It is the dumbest ending to a movie I've ever seen. Yes. Remember the virus in part 1 and Rise that went through and started wiping people out? And the people that survived, they all carried this same virus that breaks them down and turns them into like cavemen. Some people were able to survive it. But the virus that they got from the apes start making them turn into more like apes. They lose the ability to speak and all that garbage. They didn't even focus on that. So you didn't even see that. It was just talked about. And then they carrying this girl around. And she's basically a useless character through the whole thing. She just miraculously comes up with water. Comes up with food. And just... it becomes a cluster mess after the concentration camp. It's like they had 3 people writing, like, okay, now we're going to bring in this other army and they're going to have to fight them. And I'm like, well, what the apes are going to do? They forgot about the apes. They forgot about the apes. And I'm taking all the slack and all the heat from all these people on this page telling me what's what about, oh man, this is what's going on. Oh, in the movie, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, have you seen the movie? If you've seen this movie, you would please explain to me how this is a masterpiece. When it's this clustered and an ending is completely clustered. Why in the world would another military force who's unexplained why they really want to come wipe Woody out? Because they think he's insane and they don't like him running his anarchy in there. What would they care about what he's doing with the apes? They're the last people on Earth. They're going to send their entire military force to come eliminate his force. They complete this mission. They come in, tanks, helicopters. The apes are all running away. The next thing you know, they see the apes escaping and they just start firing on the apes. Why would you care about firing on the apes? They ain't trying to fight you. They trying to run away. So, soon as that's over, Cesar gets shot with an arrow. So, Cesar gets shot with an arrow. He's dying. And the one ape who was like the slave that they had in there, in other words, the house Negro, they spray paint donkey on him, calling him names, making him do all these extra things. You know, like, yeah, go ahead and having him administer the punishment on the other apes. It's 12, any slave movie you want to pick from. So then they talking about, man, which kind of ape is you? Then of course he comes in and helps out Cesar. Caesar's dying. And all of a sudden they got stuck in the mud. They got stuck in the mud with how to end the movie. Okay, Woody Harrelson and his team is gone. Now you got this whole new army with helicopters, tanks, and everything else. How you gonna get rid of them now? Where the movie finna go now? They see Cesar. They all turn around and put their guns up at Cesar. Then all of a sudden, an avalanche. Snow avalanche comes all the way down, wipes out all the apes. I mean, all the humans. All the apes run in the trees and survive and hold on to the trees. All of them are buried under the snow. Now there's nothing but apes. All the humans are dead. I'm like, if this isn't the crappiest writing I've ever seen to finish a movie. You just wiped out like 300, 400 people with one avalanche. How do you pitch that? How are you going to end this? We're going to have a big snow avalanche and it's just going to cover all 300 of them. That gets us to the ending where Cesar dies. He dies. He talks to Maurice. He saved his son. He don't even say his last words to his son. He says his last words to Maurice. Oh, Maurice, don't worry. Apes, safe. And then he lays by the tree and he dies. Now, this movie has some great visual effects. And the movie isn't that bad. The first half is great. When they meet, I mean, as soon as they get to the camp and they capture Cesar, the movie from that point turns into Prison Break. And I'm like, okay. All right, the concentration camp, it's starting to go bad. An avalanche wipes out 300 humans. I was done. I was done. I said that this is not no masterpiece. This is a one half of like 1/3 of the movie. No, more than that. It's a third of the movie that's bad. The final act, they could just scrap that. That's terrible. They really dropped the ball. And I'm watching these people do these reviews. Chris Stuckman, who I trust. Jeremy Johns, people who I trust and watch their movie reviews. I haven't seen Tom Shadowbash in a while. I have to see him. I've seen the Smoes come in here, but at least the Smoes were honest. The Smoes knew. They said, wait a minute. This ain't 100%. Something's wrong here. They said, yeah, it's a little spotty in certain parts, but overall, they liked the film. And that's the thing. I give it 2.5 stars because the first part was great. It's like once they got to the camp, they took him hostage and prisoner, which was took Cesar there, showed him, made him work, and treated him like he was any other ape, put him with the rest of the apes. Then I'm like, well, you went there to kill him, is what you told him, and now you're not killing him. So I don't get it. You got him alive. You're whipping him because he saved another ape that you end up killing anyway. It was, oh my God, it was so dumb. And the only reason he kept the apes alive and didn't kill them so they could help him build a wall to battle against the other humans that's coming. So he kept all these apes alive so they could help him build a wall. Where did we hear that? They're gonna build this wall. So Woody Harrelson turns into Donald Trump. My review was nice. I gave a very nice movie review. I should have been off the wall with mine. And this movie is definitely 2.5 stars. It's a bit long, but you understood like where they went with it. Like you said, okay, I know where the time went. I know where they're going to go. But an avalanche. And then the poster boards were, it's deceiving. Because on the poster boards, you think you're going to see a war. You're like, okay, here it is. War for the Planet of the Apes. There was no war for the Planet of the Apes. You got humans coming to fight other humans. And that was Cesar's whole plan. Humans fight other humans. Ape, we get out of the way. So, that was the plan. I'll be like, what about the people that's infected? Now, the only thing that they were thinking about was the original Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston. Because the original Planet of the Apes, you're going to have Cesar's son, the one that's surviving, grows up to be the ape that's in the movie, the original Planet of the Apes. He's the one in charge, blah, blah, blah. So they got that right. Now, the little girl that they got in this film, she grows up to be the one that's with Charlton Heston in the movie. So will they go forward and make Planet of the Apes, the original, remake that one? That's where we at. I mean, unless they're going to let a big rock fall out of the sky and hit a human upside the head to end the film. Damn you. Damn you. Oh, man. But believe you me, that's not even close to the movie I saw today. Wait till you see that movie review. I saw probably the worst film of 2017. You are not going to believe this movie review that I'm about to do. But this is not even it. Believe me, I just saw the worst movie probably of 2017. Hands down, nothing can beat it. Nothing can beat this movie. It was that bad. I almost ran out of it. It was like, this movie is so terrible. Every aspect of this movie was bad. The direction of this movie wasn't that bad. They tried. I think the Queen Latifah flick will get an Oscar compared to what I just saw today. It would get an Oscar compared to this movie, this hunk of junk I just saw today. It was really bad. And believe me, when you see that trailer, I'm doing that movie review right now while I'm still mad. This movie make you mad you was even in the seat. Oh, you gonna know it because it's gonna pop right up. I'm gonna make it like right now. I'm gonna sit down and make this review. And I gotta get this thing up because I'm still mad. Because I'm gonna forget this movie real soon. So the only reason I remember it is because it was so bad. I gotta stop people from going to see it. That's how bad it is. Oh my goodness. So I'm out. Let me end this review right now so I can get to work.